It's 25 minutes to 11 o'clock. You're watching ENC on this Friday. I'm Dan Moyane. Now let's focus on this story. More men must take up the cause of fighting against femicide. One man doing just that is Manzini Zungu, the chief executive of Pacinamix. He says the massacre of our women daily by the country's men must end. And Zungu is now calling for Women's Day with a difference this year, come August the 9th. He's joining us now via Skype to talk about his vision and his call. What is he exactly expecting? Manzini, a very good morning to you. How do men, let's start there, how do men take part in the fight against femicide without offending the very women that they're trying to help?
Yes, thank you, Brad Dan, for having me this morning. We have looked into this, that we are inviting all South African men. Yes, we are not just saying these type of men. We are saying, as South African men, let's come together on this special day, that is the 9th of August, Women's Day, and have a Women's Day like no other. Because we want to stand side by side by our women. It is an intervention of action to say, my enough is our enough. We're coming together to talk about what is happening in our country so that we are able to have sustainable communities, sustainable homes and families. And if men intervene and make sure that this comes to an end, then we can have a safe country that is able to eradicate lawlessness. We think that it is incumbent on South African men to come together for this intervention, to protect our women and to always stand side by side with our women.
So you say the best way to do it so it doesn't come across as if we are imposing as men, we are side by side. So how do we get more men to play their part?
Yes, first of all, where we come from our families, there is a saying that it takes a village to raise a child. We want to go back to who we are as South African. We start from the family, we come to the community. We say there is something wrong because men comes from women. We have mothers, we have sisters, we have daughters. So we are saying from the communities and the families that we come from, we can do a difference. Then it makes a better nation whereby men are responsible, whereby a woman, when he sees a man, sees someone who's not going to gang her or to commit a crime. We don't want men, when they see women, they see something that it's an object that they can do whatever that they think. But we can only start trying to get to a place if we all come as men together and say, this is enough. So this is, Brian, is a citizenry thing as well, that I think it has become sort of a culture. Even if you see someone mugging someone, in the era of digital, we see lots of videos. But we are saying, let us stop that, because if it doesn't affect me, so we just look on the other side.
But Manzini,
so
just to come in there, Manzini, just to come in there, there's been lots of marches, demonstrations. We saw some of the biggest marches by our women in the country last year that made the government and President Cyril Ramaphosa to announce this huge emergency program and project against gender-based violence. I understand this afternoon as well, we anticipate the Ministry of Women to also make more announcement about a national strategy to fight against femicide and GBV. In your particular initiative, what is going to be different? Why do you believe that you needed to stand up like this? And how confident are you that you're going to have the right kind of impact?
We have to try and do something. For a longest time, we have let our women to fight for themselves. They've marched. We've seen young women being killed. They've taken up to the streets. It's been, even the history reminds us that in 1952, it's women that marched to the Union building. The president has made a clarion call But it's not about the president alone. It's about us as men of South Africa to stand up and stop, because it is men that are killing women. So it is us now that we need to come together and say, let us stop this, let us intervene.
Yeah, I would agree with the sentiment, and I've expressed it here 2 weeks ago, even last week on ENCA, that we can't just keep silent as men, because if we are silent, it means we're really complicit, even if we're not responsible for some of the most horrific acts of violence against our children and women. And as you've said, the women in 1956 marching there to the Union Building, that was so way back. But even last year, in 2019, women marching. Even this year, women are taking up the cudgels. But now, if a man who's watching this interview and they want to support your cause, how do they become part of what you are doing on the 9th of August? Very brief, just give us some key details.
Yes, thanks. They can send the information to info@pacinamix.co.za, and they can contact us through our social media handles. And then also our telephone numbers are 011 0567 6161. But then I may call it, this is not only a Manzini Zungu thing. We are supported by business leaders. In due course, we will come back to the media. We are supported by kings, by chiefs, by religious leaders, by ordinary men. We're coming together. We don't have a magic pill to solve this problem, but we need to begin somewhere. That our women have suffered from our hands, but let us start somewhere so that this can come to an end.
Okay.
These business leaders are in employ of men as well. So we're coming together as an intervention of action.
Okay, I'm just going to repeat one contact detail: info@Pacinamix, as in PACIMANIX.co.za. Thank you very much, Manzini Zungu. We'll keep tabs on the progress you'll be making as you try to gather men to have a big August 9th march with a difference in marking Women's Day this year in the fight against GBV. I guess people will say every little bit will help. Men need to pick up the cudgels. Our voices need to be heard. We too in the media need to play our role to make sure that our women, children, daughters, sisters, aunts, mothers and grandmothers are safe every single minute of day.